removal conditions. Okay, folks, this is a very, very important topic because some of y'all forget about the red flags. You don't know about the red flags, so I'm happy to share about it. Some things you need to know about removal of conditions is that it's necessary for most of y'all. Okay, if you've gotten married a year ago, but you applied fairly recent within that time period, because of course everyone wants to get status as soon as possible, this video is for you. Okay, this show is for you. The thing about remove conditions, okay, is that if you've been married and you haven't received your resident status, if you received your resident status, let's say like today, but it's been less than 2 years since your marriage date, then you're going to get the conditional resident status. Now, if you've been married for much longer and by the time you finally receive approval of the resident status adjustment of status application, then it's going to be a 10-year resident status, which is great. You know, that's honestly what you prefer, of course, so you can skip that next step of this, what we're talking about today, remove conditions. But, you know, our case experience, most people end up getting the status, the resident status within that 2-year period. So you're going to get the conditional resident status. So the next rule in knowing that is that you have a 90-day period before your conditional resident status expires, which is for 2 years. So basically at the 21-month mark to the 24th month mark, you need to file this application 751. Okay. Now, what happens if you don't file the application but within that time period? It's still okay. You can still file the application, but you want to file it ASAP before USCIS refers your case to the immigration court. Because if you get immigration court involved, of course, you're going to have to pay an attorney much more. And of course, it's better to have an attorney lately in 2023 and, you know, before we're able to get these cases dismissed. Fortunately, but not everyone. It depends what happened in your first marriage or your prior marriage anyway, how you got the green card. Because some of y'all just don't see eye to eye anymore, and then you get separated or then you get divorced. And some people, some common scenarios that people have is that, yeah, you get separated, but maybe you haven't filed for divorce yet. You're waiting for your spouse to file it because you don't want to suck up the money in terms of just paying the filing fee or paying a lawyer. Not that you need a lawyer to file for divorce, but again, just like immigration, it's always typically better. So you could get as smooth process as possible. And we know contacts in other states, by the way, if you need a divorce lawyer. But I wish you the best in that, of course, but in your marriage, and divorce proceedings. But then there's always such a lot of scenarios where people are separated, unfortunately, and what I mean separated, by the way, is that you could be still living together, but you just don't see eye to eye. Yes, of course, it's arguments, disagreements in a marriage or any kind of relationship, right? But it's just broken down. You're not able to communicate anymore to where you can have some kind of agreement in general, right? Even if it's like, where do we go out to eat? Of course, the arguments are going to be way more serious than that. That would cause a divorce. But so USCIS still will approve your case even if you're divorced. And yes, hot tip here, if you're in this situation, or it could be in the future, is that the instructions state that you need a divorce order. Makes sense, but that doesn't mean you cannot file your application if you don't have a divorce order. You can still file with some kind of proof that you've started your divorce case. So in Texas, we call that a petition for divorce. I would suspect in most states, they would probably call it something similar or like a complaint, something of that nature. But you just want to send something with the 751, okay? It's very important. And even though you may be divorced or you're separated or just had a divorce case started, you still need to provide evidence of bona fide marriage. Very, very important. If you don't have any of that, good luck. Okay, good luck. I wish you the best. So that's a hot tip for the future. Of course, you can't predict the future. At least I don't think you can. Maybe I'm wrong, but just some things you should think about. And you know, maybe it's not for you specifically, but you have a friend or a coworker, a neighbor who's going through this immigration process. Then who knows? Maybe you could let them know. Of course, some people like yourself, if you're not a lawyer, may not feel comfortable sharing legal advice, and that's cool. You know what to do. Just share a video, okay? Share a channel. We would greatly appreciate it so they can get the information straight from the source.